So just the same way that we grow, plants grow as well. And I'm going to show you a little teeny tiny plant that has a really teeny tiny stem. So if you actually have a closer look, this little girl, she's probably 5 or 6, she's stretching and not even reaching the middle of the stem. Do you see? This is a giant tree. Now, is it also a very old tree or is it a very young tree? What do you guys think? Likely it's also a very, very old tree. But how do we know how old a tree is? Is there a way to know? Well, you're probably thinking of tree rings. Yes, exactly. Tree rings are the way we can actually tell how old a tree is. But what are tree rings? Are trees actually getting married and every time they get married they get older? No, likely not. Actually, let's have a quick look again at what the stem is made out of. Now, if you look at this picture, you're going to see those rings, right? And you're also going to see that there's different colors. Now, the one that's outside, the really dark brown, this is the bark of the tree. This is what protects the tree, okay? And in here with kind of like the pale beige or yellow or orange, this is the part with the canals that are actually bringing the food down from the leaves. And all of this brown, light brown color here, this is full of canals that bring water up. And every year, as the tree is getting bigger, it needs to transport more water and more food, so it actually makes more canals. And they're arranged in a circle, so every time it makes more of these canals, it adds another circle. And these circles are what we call tree rings. And if we count the tree rings, we're going to see how old the tree is. Now, let's have a look. For example, if we look at those, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tree rings. This means that this tree is 5 years old. Now, this one looks bigger. Let's count how many tree rings it has. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Am I missing something? It says 10. Let's count it again. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I think I skipped a little guy in the middle, but it's very important because that's where it starts. So this one has 10 tree rings, and this means it has had 10 years in which it's made new canals. So each year it's added more canals and more and more and more, and it's made those 10 tree rings. Now, can you guess which tree is the oldest one here? Have a look. And do you think it's this one? Wrong! If you guessed this one was the oldest one, you're wrong. Now, it does look the biggest, but that doesn't mean it's the oldest. For us to actually be sure how old the tree is, we don't look at how wide it is, we look at how many rings it has. Now, let's count the rings here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this tree is 4 years old. Let's count the little one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the same age. So this one and this one are actually the same age. What about the medium-sized one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one is actually the oldest one, even though it doesn't look as big or as small as that one. This is the oldest one because it has 5 tree rings. Now, the reason that trees can be either bigger or smaller could be because of the different conditions they live in, whether there was lots of sunshine and water or not enough. These are all conditions that might determine how wide a tree can be. But to know exactly how old it is, we need to actually look at the tree rings. Now, I have some actual real stem cuttings, and we can try and guess how old they are. Alrighty, so here are my tree stem cuttings, and let's take this one for example. Okay, now can you try and count how many rings there are to this one? Alright, let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is 6 years old. Okay, and what about this one? Let's see. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is smaller. Alrighty, and oh my, well, that's going to take a while. Do you guys want to try and count this one? It's gonna take forever. Let's just assume that this one is old, okay? But is this the oldest the tree can be? Nope. Okay, let me move this because I have a giant surprise. And by giant surprise, I literally mean giant. Hold on, guys. Here's it. Okay, look at that one. Now try and count those tree rings. Now this is really crazy. That's quite a few, but this is still not the big one. Hold on, I have an even bigger one. Ooh, this is really heavy. All right, let's put it this way. Oh my, this is really big. Now you guys, this one, oh my, this one has, let's start, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. That's a lot of tree rings. Okay, so far, 26. So this is probably 30, 40, maybe even 50-year-old tree. This is crazy. This is way older than I am. And do you guys actually want to make a stem with tree rings at home? Alright, it's super simple. All you need to do is you need to make some Play-Doh. You can make it any color that you like. My tree is going to be a redwood tree. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to squish it, okay, and I'm going to try to keep it into a circular shape. Okay, just like this. Okay. And now, if I want, I can add another color Play-Doh around to make the bark. If you really want to, you can have different colors for the heartwood, the sapwood, and you can also have the bark. But right now, I'm just going to show you how you can make the tree rings. So once you shape your Play-Doh, the next part is to actually take a little bit of a sharp stick and to try to make the circles. Now, let's see, I want my tree to be 5 years old, so I'm going to make 5 circles. Okay, now, let's see. Whoop, this way. Ready? And let's start in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, come on, and 5. And now I have my 5-year-old tree with 5 different tree rings. And again, if you want, you can add the bark of the tree and make it into a real model of a tree. So tree rings can actually tell us quite a few things. They can tell us how old a tree is, as well as what conditions it's living in. Whether it's been rainy, sunny, whether there were any forest fires, whether it was very dry or wet, and so on. But there is an artist that's actually taken it a step further. He's used the tree rings to play music. And you can find some of this tree ring music at this website. It's really fun to listen to them because every tree has its own different tree ring music. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you can do the experiments and have a lot of fun exploring trees. See you later!